Hello and welcome to the Australian Gamer Show. I'm Yug.
Matt.
What are you laughing about?
Welcome to the Australian Gamer Show.
wanted-
You're just emphasising random words.
I wanted to seem dramatic. It's been a while since we've done a podcast.
I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to emphasise random words.
Emphasise the wrong syllables.
No, I said words.
We're going to talk about Fruit Ninja.
R18 opinion results.
Humble Indie Bundle.
Little Big Planet 2.
Cracked Max Payne on Steam.
PSP at E3.
And the split-second demo.
And Privates. Yes, now I thought Privates deserved mention because it's kind of right up our alley.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it combines two things we like, video games and vaginas. Privates, as far as I can tell, and other people have claimed this, so I'm not going to be, going
I'm sorry,
off topic.
Is this something to do with games, or did you just want
yes,
to talk about Privates?
Privates is the first video game set in a vagina.
Right. Okay.
I'm being told that I need to also correct that's vagina and anus.
Right.
But I was saving that. That was going to be my ace in the hole, if you know what I mean. But now I've decided to use that because then I realised ace in the hole was in fact my ace in the hole.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, it's this weird shooter where you battle infections within the vagina.
Is this something that's actually put together by some health organisation or schools or sexual education thing, or do you know what I mean? Or
it's put together by Channel 4.
Or is it actually some sick Japanese company that's gone, you know what?
No, it's not. No, it's apparently as a... you know what? I don't even know. I don't quite understand the thought process that goes into justifying or funding something like that. But I know Britain's Channel 4 is involved with it.
Right.
I didn't actually bother to do too much research. I just went, oh my god. It kind of looks like worms in an asshole.
Well,
which...
Great. Welcome back, everyone, to the podcast. I'm glad, you'll be happy to know we're keeping the standards low right from the beginning, so not to build anyone's expectations or make you think that we've actually gotten any better over the long period away. Sorry, by the way, for actually not doing a podcast for the last couple of months.
I'd love to share some of the responsibility for abandoning the podcast, but it's just not.
No, it is entirely my fault.
Yeah.
I'm happy to bear that burden.
Should I tell them why we haven't done it?
Tell me why.
Well, it's mostly been because of the Manor Bar. It's been working at the Manor Bar, which has been going hugely well and has been very popular and very successful and all that, and that's lovely. But he's decided to but we decided. I talked to Yug and we agreed that we really need to get back into this now, and he's got time. So we actually did one last week. We actually recorded about 20 minutes of last week's podcast before Yug realised he'd turned off his microphone at the start.
This wasn't a conscious... do you think maybe...
Subconsciously.
Do you think maybe it was turned on and then I was like, the podcast is about to start. I better flick the switch. So maybe I switched it off, thinking I'd turned it on.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to make myself sound not as retarded as
I can't
I actually was.
Think of a way that you can get away with that.
So anyway, sorry we haven't done... I have hindered the podcast from happening, but we're back.
We're back, and this is a regular thing now. We'll be like...
How many times have we said that before? But still, no, we are back, so please expect us every week.
Optimistically.
But anyway, let's talk about some of the other topics that we've actually got on this list, because we have a few.
Let's talk about Fruit Ninja. Nice. I want to start on a positive. Fruit Ninja is a game by local developer Half Brick. I keep forgetting to emphasize things at random.
Emphasize? The Half Brick...
What are you doing? Oh my god, what is wrong with you?
All right, Half Brick Studios.
Yes, Half Brick Studios is a local Brisbane developer. They've done quite a lot of
little
games, Rascals for the Xbox Live, which comes out on...
There's no date yet.
No release date.
No release date yet. So we're close, though. It's hopefully close. Yeah,
it should hopefully be close. And it's a really solid title for Xbox Live. But they've also done a few iPhone games and minis and things like that.
Yeah.
And Fruit Ninja is one they just brought out, I think, last week. The week before?
Possibly 2 weeks ago, I think.
No, actually, you're right. It's a couple of weeks ago because it was I reviewed it at the end of...
sure.
At the end of last month. But, Fruit Ninja's been amazingly successful. It got up to number 2 in sales in Australia and I think up to 7 or something like that in the US, which is,
huge.
Getting first in
yeah, exactly. It's just Australia. It's massive, and I mean all it is. It's a game where you slice fruit.
Yeah,
fruit flies up onto the screen. Sometimes it's bombs. Don't slice the bombs because they explode.
Yeah,
slice the fruit, and it's just one of those perfect examples of a game that is amazingly simple, quick, and addictive. And it's cool because you're a ninja. Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't see yourself, but you feel like a ninja.
You would be a ninja
because the noises that go around the screen when you.
Yeah.
That's it.
But it's fun. Recommended. I thought we should give it a little hint because it is made by a local studio and it is good fun. It's worth the buy.
Do you ever think about these games though? I do want to actually ask them at what point, in what meeting, did they think it'd be awesome if you're a ninja? What do ninjas do? They slice fruit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Where does this idea gestate? Was it one of those 2 a.m. in the morning till?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
dude, oh man,
were they passing left or right? Like that's the only question we need to know at this point.
And we can ask them that too because they're local, so we can go over to their office, through the smoke-filled rooms, through the haze, and go, "Hey guys,"
someone in there packing a bong, a bucket bong. Just because that's class. That's what you have in an office environment, I think, is the bucket bong.
Absolutely. Well, you got to have enough for everyone, so really,
Australian game, it doesn't condone drug use.
No, absolutely not. But developers go nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else?
Produces those kind of results. Anyway.
R18.
R18. Yeah. R18 opinion results.
The R18 submissions were received and were collated and so on, and the results were pretty much a landslide for R18 plus pro type people like us.
Which is not all that surprising considering a lot of the submissions came from like your Game and EB and PLG and sort of that whole those combined petitions.
Yeah, Grow Up Australia and EB together I think provided 86% of the total contributions. So it was pretty obvious that was going to slant it. The question people have been asking, I think it's a really interesting question because it ended up being, I think, 98.2%.
Right. Who were for it. Yep.
But even if you take out those two largest submitters, apparently it's 10-1 against. So,
okay. But I guess the question is now that these have actually gone through and all this kind of stuff, and the Attorney Generals actually did have their meeting, they basically came together and said, yes, we need to think about this a bit more.
Yeah, it needs further discussion and research and so on. And you do have to wonder how much should numbers play a part. It's not a referendum. It's calling for submissions. And if you get 10 submissions from fuckwits and 1 submission from someone who's well-reasoned and has and is right, like, I'm not saying on this
I was about to say, what
are
you saying about the... Yeah.
I'm saying in general, you don't vote on government policy. That's not how it works. They wanted submissions, but they don't necessarily have to weight them equally.
Sure. Okay.
So I think a lot of gamers seem to think that it was some sort of referendum and we won because we got the numbers, but it's not that simple.
Yeah.
Whether it should at least carry some weight that there has been such... I
think it carries some weight that there's been such a strong response.
Yeah.
But the question, which I have no idea the answer to, is, well, what now? And does this actually... Is this going to speed the process? Is it going to actually help? Is it going to change things? Because the ultimate goal is to have an R18 rating. How does this go about actually making that happen?
Well, unfortunately, it's not going especially well in that regard because Brendan O'Connor, I think, sorry.
Right.
I've forgotten his name. I watched him on TV the other day, but I've forgotten his name anyway.
That's right. You know what he looks like.
The Minister of Home Affairs, anyway.
What's he look like?
He looks like a politician. He's very neutral.
Right, okay.
He's probably quite friendly but insincere. I'm going to just guess that.
Just generally bland all round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I mean, he's all right, but he's a politician and they're all, assholes. But he basically is the guy. He's the man. He's the guy who's making these decisions.
The head honcho.
In
the big
terms
cheese.
God, I hate you. Anyway, he basically said that he considers this to have been tainted by special interest groups.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, so he wants a more balanced viewpoint by
getting people that don't give a shit.
I think so.
Right.
That's what people say. Obviously the people who cared vote. The people who cared made their voices heard.
Well, that's
the people who don't care didn't. Yeah, that's the point of this submission.
If there are enough people out there that actually were strongly opposed to the R18 rating, they could have gotten their voices heard just as easily.
Some church groups were largely the responders.
Of course they were.
Interestingly, the Catholic League were for. The Catholic Association or something like that.
Yep.
They basically said they don't want R18 ratings. They don't want the games, but they feel that they're going to happen anyway, so they'd rather see the proper rating than see them brought in illegally, which is oddly mature.
And you know what? That's good. Yeah, I agree with that.
The Sporting Shooters Association was against, which was quite interesting. Because
Sporting Shooters?
Yeah, there's a shoot.
Right, for fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously.
Sport. Yeah.
They were opposed because they feel that increasingly violent games will put people at risk of shooting, and then they'll get blamed.
Cool.
Essentially.
Right, based on all that fantastic research done.
Based on all the fantastic research.
Yep.
But if you look at any of the submissions, there's not a tremendous amount of research.
No.
Almost all of the submissions against cited research by the same guy, Craig Anderson, whose research has actually been basically dismissed in a court of law for being unreliable and biased, which is interesting, actually. There was a particularly good commentary on the submission from the Australian Christian Lobby by... it was retweeted by Junglist, actually, and I can't remember the guy's name, but he's quite good at track through Junglist's thing, and you'll see some quite good
stuff,
commentary on it.
Okay.
But in any case, I guess the point is we don't seem to be any closer. It's almost like the government saying, no, this isn't the response we wanted.
Yep.
Let's do it again. And that was always my fear, was that
I guess
this was never going to make a difference.
That's kind of what governments do in general, though.
So we'll see if this continues to go anywhere.
God, don't sound so depressed.
I'm not depressed. I mean,
look, let's look at the positives. We've actually gotten the petition out there. We've actually gotten some recognition. We've gotten an overwhelming response in terms of the petitions. Michael Atkinson is no longer in power. Let's fucking hip hooray that one.
Yeah, let's hip hooray that one.
There's a lot of good here, man. Be optimistic.
There's a lot of good, but it's all about potential. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we'll get an R rating because we have the potential to.
Hold on to what we've got for the moment. Let's just keep a high level of optimism.
What are you, Bon fucking Jovi right now?
High on life, man. Yeah, that's right.
Bon Jovi, I just said. Happy Jovi. God, that's a fucking...
I'm dying to get onto this next topic just because I love saying the phrase humble Indy bundle.
Nice work. You had one and you even got a fucking run-up and you couldn't do it. The Humble Indie Bundle is a collection of games by a group called... I meant to write this down. I think it's What Life?
What Life?
Or What Fire?
What Fire?
Wildfire?
Wildfire?
Wildfight?
Wildfire? Wildfire?
Anyway, a group who've made a series of independent games available for... basically whatever you want to pay, which is a kind of cool idea.
Okay.
You can also, if you choose to, you can have the money you pay go to charity or go directly to the developers. And the charities available are the Electronic Frontiers Foundation, which is a basically online civil liberties group.
Yep.
Or Child Play.
Okay, so you can choose the charities that goes to. Well, that's nice.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. And... the games involved are World of Goo, which is very well regarded.
Awesome game.
Very, very cool. Aquaria, that I don't know much about, but it looks like Echo the Dolphin without the dolphin.
So it's just echoes.
Just echoes.
In the water.
The echo, yeah.
Okay.
No dolphin, just a shape.
Right.
No, it's got a chick instead.
You know that dolphins are just gay sharks?
I've heard that. I'm pretty sure it's not true. I think they're a different species. You liked that when you heard it, didn't you?
I did. Okay, first of all, I didn't know that was from Glee. I tweeted this the other day because Misty actually said it.
Yeah.
And I laughed. I pissed myself for about 5 minutes. I just thought that was the funniest thing I'd ever heard in my life. And now whenever I think of it, it's not as funny anymore, but then I think that, I don't know, it is funny. The fact that I actually don't know what I'm trying to say now.
No,
but it's hilarious, and I laugh every time.
Anyway, Gish is another game that's in this little
good
collection. Gish is basically the forerunner to Loco Roco.
Yep. It's good fun.
Lugaru HD, which I don't have any idea what it is. I watched a video of it because I felt that I should, and I still don't have any idea what it is.
Is this the kind of game where you'd probably play it and you still won't have any idea what it is?
I don't know. It's basically, it's a lot of fighting, and it involves rabbits.
Raving Rabbits?
No, not rabbits. Rabbits.
Oh.
The fighters are rabbits. I don't understand. I got very confused and slightly angry. The other one was Penumbra Overture, which is basically a Looks like a sort of action-adventure type game.
Oh, well, that sounds like 2.5 out of 5.
No, well, I mean, they're probably all solid games just because they're independent. They were good enough to make the list.
Okay.
They're good enough to put with World of Goo and Gish. So
okay, I'll give them credit for that. And more importantly, it's so you can choose whatever you want. So you could give 50 cents or $50.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the minimum is. Apparently, the average is people pay $8.
Yep. Okay, that's fair enough.
And
these are good games. I can understand. That's
they're
cool.
worth a couple of bucks, especially if all the money goes to charity.
Yeah.
And apparently, they've raised $370,000 US for
awesome.
charity.
That's awesome.
Which is really cool.
Yep.
What's less cool though is the sheer number of people pirating it.
What?
$8 worth of games for charity, and people are pirating it. 25% of people who own it apparently have pirated it. Why would you? I don't know.
I mean, are we just in a position at the moment where like we're older, we work, we have money.
We have disposable income.
We do have a certain amount of income that we can go, $8, that's a fucking Big Mac meal. Yeah, all right, I'll buy that. Do you know what I mean? But who?
I don't know. I haven't asked them all.
Well, fucking do your research, man. Jesus.
But apparently a surprisingly large number of people are pirating this.
I reckon the people pirating it would be all the people that don't have credit cards.
Maybe, but
think about it.
There's other ways to get World of Goo. Really, I mean,
is there other ways to get the Humble Indie bundle?
Well, the bundle is made up of other games, and there are other ways to get all of those games. You buy
things on Steam using your credit card details.
Yes.
So a lot of people out there who don't have a credit card.
Well, they have PayPal as an option as well. So you get have either a credit card or an email address.
Yeah.
Right. So people on the internet who don't have an email address probably are forgiven.
I'm just saying. Look, I remember when I was 13.
Cunt. That's who it is. Okay. It's a dick move.
It is
Pirate something like that.
I'm not disagreeing. It is a dick move. That is very uncool.
Yes.
How do they track this exactly?
They probably ask, "Hey, did you pirate this?" And people go, "Oh,
yeah, I'm sorry."
I don't have any idea. I'm not aware of the methodology happening here. But
hey.
There is another what?
Say Humble Indie bundle 5 times really quickly.
All right, I'll do as well as I can. Yep. But I reckon I'll get 2.5.
Yep.
And then I'll start to struggle. Right. Then I'll slow down. All
right, go.
Humble Indie bundle, Humble Indie bundle, Humble Indie bundle, Humble Indie bundle, Humble Indie bundle. I did better than I thought. Now you.
All right.
Play along at home.
Sorry. I'm smiling now. I need to... You know how you can't talk?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Humble Indie bundle, Humble Indie bundle, Humble Indie bundle, Humble Indie bundle, Humble Indie bundle. Was I saying the right thing?
I think you were saying Humpalinty bundle.
I was again Humberlindy bundle.
Yeah, something about Engelbert Humperdinck. I don't know.
Humble Indie bundle, Humble Indie bundle, Handy.
Considering we actually did this last week as well, we talked about this briefly.
I practiced that a little bit too.
I thought you might have, because last time you got and then struggled. So
yeah.
It's Little Big Planet 2.
Yeah,
my fucking God. I've decided I will either call it Little Bigger Planet or I want to give it subtitles. I think games that are a second need a subtitle. So I'm going with Little Big Planet 2, Death and Fire.
Right. Yes, that's exactly what I think of whenever I think of Little Sackboy. There,
I did think previously of Little Big Planet 2, Crotch Punch, which is kind of catchy. Don't you think?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It works. Here's my issue, because I watched the trailer, sort of thing. You know, go and watch the trailer for Little Big Planet 2, just because anything to do with Little Big Planet puts a smile on your face. Just for some reason, anything to do with the game or the characters.
The music is invariably spectacular, if nothing else.
It's just fun. It's just it's joy on a stick.
In a sack.
In a sack. But I do have a question from someone that didn't play all that much of Little Big Planet. I loved coming around to your place and actually playing the multiplayer and stuff like that, and enjoying it as the platforming and stuff as it was, but I never really got into the content creation side of things, and that seems to be the big thing that they're actually focusing on. Look at all the... It's basically you can build your own fucking game using the engine in Little Big Planet 2.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
That wasn't a question, though. That was a statement.
Okay, my question is, apart from...
My question is what I just said with a question mark on the end.
Now the question is, apart from all these amazing extra tools to make extra worlds, what else is actually different to justify it being Little Big Planet 2?
You're right. The first trailer we've seen that basically was an announcement of it was really focused on what's new in terms of creation, in terms of new content. I think that it won't be too long, though, before they start showing more videos of what they've done with these same tools and new gameplays and new features and so on. And I didn't really play much with the content creation either in terms of making stuff, but what I did do was play the games made by other people.
Yeah.
And some of them, like, there were some really amazing things. There were quite a few that were maybe a bit raw, but had some really good ideas and potential behind them. So,
I mean, don't get me wrong, it does look like there's a lot more opportunity, especially different game types and things like that. Like you got top-down races and stuff. Although I do worry that has the potential to dilute the actual...
Well, one of the most interesting things about the original game was that people were making these things. People were making, like, someone made a working calculator.
Yeah, that was cool.
And stuff like that. How the fuck do you do that? And the level of sort of lateral thinking required to do that was what made it such an impressive achievement.
With blocks and strings.
With blocks and strings and stuff. And it was quite an absurd thing to do, but that was what made it so cool. And just making that happen as a sort of subroutine is a little bit less fun. Yeah. So,
although I did, some of the things I did, like... Correct me if I'm wrong, but you know how he's got the little thing, how he just grabs onto things? It looks like he's got a whip or a grappling hook of some sort in that demo. Yeah.
I noticed.
You watch the bit where there's four of them jumping around, and it looks like... I'll show you it later. They've got like a whip thing that's like a grappling hook that actually...
Maybe there's pickups or something.
Which it just looked fucking cool. I'll show you it afterwards. It looks awesome.
I'll have a look. But everyone should have a look at it. It looks like a great one. It should come out this year too, so that's pretty exciting. Max Payne. Let's talk about Max Payne.
Humble Indy Bumble.
No, you lost it.
Max
you had
Payne.
it, you lost it.
Max Payne on Steam. What's so good about Max Payne on Steam?
Well, I mean, everything. What's not good about Max Payne, man?
Oh my God, really?
Oh, wait, everything.
Oh, fuck you.
No, Max Payne got caught out a little bit. Rockstar kind of made a boo-boo.
Oh, do tell.
Well, you know how there's no DRM on Steam games?
Mm-hmm.
The DRM-free version they put on Steam turned out to still have the myth header inside it from the cracking company that had actually cracked the release version. Instead of cracking it themselves and removing their own DRM, they simply uploaded the pirated version. And they left all the headers inside the thing. So someone ran across it recently and went, heh. And of course published it on the internet. That version's been removed now and a proper one's been up. But a little bit embarrassing. And I thought it was worth mentioning because it's kind of funny.
It is. It's just funny sort of thing. I think it's really bad.
There's not much more to that story than that, but I thought it was worth the mention. It's funny. Cool. It's silly.
Yeah. Does that mean... Hold on. Are you trying to tell me that Rockstar Games pirates games?
That's as far as I can tell what that means.
Wow, that's disappointing.
It's certainly not stretching the point in any way to suggest that.
Okay, moving right along. PSP2 at E3.
Yeah,
really?
There's very strong rumours emerging that the PSP2 will be shown at E3, which I guess is strengthened by the fact that if they don't, there is no PSP remaining, essentially. They're sort of running out of chances on the PSP. The PSP Go has been an abysmal flop.
Okay, when you say abysmal flop, because at Yahtzee's trivia night the other night, and actually, hold on a second. I need verification of this. Yahtzee? Is he there?
I don't care.
Oh, whatever. Yahtzee! Okay.
He's on the bog.
All right, sorry. It was trivia night the other night. One of the questions was actually, what is the highest selling console of all time out of these consoles? And one of them was the PSP, Xbox 360, I can't remember what the other ones are. Atari 2600 and Super Nintendo. Number one is the PSP. Because, we think it's an abysmal failure in like Australia or like, States or English-speaking countries. Well, but elsewhere, in like a lot of...
Yeah, it's actually quite popular in Japan. It does very, very well in Japan, but that's not what I said. I said the PSP Go.
Oh, right.
That's been very unsuccessful.
Oh,
okay. Sony won't actually release sales figures for it.
Right. Oh, really?
Yeah, which is largely because, it's well known to have been very, very unsuccessful, and they refuse to confirm or deny that.
Oh. Okay.
So that's
so the PSP2 is obviously going to be a big deal.
Yeah, the PSP2, Sony would hope it would be a big deal.
Especially considering you got the Nintendo DS 3D.
Yeah, the 3DS is also going to be revealed and shown and discussed and so on at E3. So they're really both companies are going to have their own game, and it could be quite interesting to see the two different
go head
products.
to head. Yeah, actually, hold on, just verifying here. Yes, your trivia night the other night. The PSP is the highest selling console out of the four. What were the four you listed?
Atari 2600, Nintendo 64, and the Xbox 360.
And the PSP is the highest selling of them all.
The highest selling to date, as in they've sold the most units.
Do you remember the numbers?
Oh my God, what is this? Yug's Nerd Hour?
No, because the numbers was like twice as much as the other one.
Yeah, the PSP has sold something like 60 million to date. The others were 30 something.
See, do you think I would think Japan is a big factor in that, because the PSP sells very well in Japan and the Xbox 360 does not. The other two predate the size of the market.
Yeah, pretty much. Interesting trivia question though.
It is.
Not many people got it.
It's kind of not counterlogical. You know what I mean?
Anyway, give me one more thing. Thanks, dude. Anyway, actually, I just read this before the podcast, which I thought was kind of interesting. There was a statement by Nintendo saying, but it was actually an article on Kotaku. Don't judge our 3D just yet. In which they actually did a press conference, and someone kind of asked whether or not the Nintendo 3DS, will appeal to casual players, and the general response was like, "Look, don't judge it yet. You don't really understand the 3D technology." And Nintendo's attitude is about creating experiences that all age groups can appreciate, which means that what they're making is a console that's as accessible as the Wii. Which means they're not making a console designed for hardcore 3D games. Don't be expecting any fucking Avatar stuff on the 3DS, I would be thinking. And which means the PSP2, as a competitive handheld console sort of thing, could potentially, capture that hardcore gaming market.
Well, I would think so, but I always thought so, to be honest. I always thought the PSP was the more solid game as an overall platform. Sure. So the more solid system as an overall platform. It has, however, always been vastly less successful than every version of the DS. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this one.
See. Humble Indie bundle. Fuck.
You always go with the bumble.
I don't know why.
You fumble the bundle. Say that.
I fumble the bundle.
Well, nice. You got it eventually. I thought you'd get a fondle in there at some point, but you didn't.
Don't say it now. It's in my head. Fuck. Never mind. Split second demo.
Yeah, there's a demo of the game Split Second Velocity.
I haven't played it yet, but you have.
Online from THQ.
You're moist about it.
Yeah, I was never that interested. I saw a video of it quite a while ago and went, yeah, that could be fun. Shit blows up. But I saw a couple of videos recently, and one of them happened to mention that there was a demo available, and I grabbed it because it looked like a lot like sort of a spiritual successor to Burnout Takedown, sure. Which I love. I'm not into driving games at all. The closer they are to simulating the reality of driving, the less I give a shit.
You don't drive in general, so that's...
No, I mean, I can drive, but I don't find that driving simulator to be any fun. I do, however, like blowing shit up and making it catch fire.
I do just want to clarify, though. I wasn't the biggest fan of like Burnout Paradise.
Once
it went a bit open world, I thought it lost a lot of its arcadey charm. So
yeah, well, it's hard to see how open worldy and how the hub or whatever for this one works. But it does seem to be very discrete tracks, and it does seem to be just much more focused on drive stuff now.
Cool.
Though there are some cool modes. I watched a video the other day that involved one of the modes was you driving and racing and trying to escape from a helicopter shooting rockets at you,
right.
Which was pretty cool. And then another one later that gave you the opportunity to shoot the rockets back.
There's two racing games coming out the next week, which not just Split Second but also Blur.
Yeah.
Which I don't know that much about. Do you?
A little bit. It basically looks a fair bit more like a straight Need for Speed kind of
okay. Right.
feel game.
Right.
It doesn't seem to have the insane shit blowing up.
Right. Doesn't have the same feel to the band.
What?
Blur. Never mind.
Oh, I see.
Oh, come on.
Woohoo. Anyway.
So yeah. Okay. Split Second. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So it's pretty cool. Like the level of destruction in it is really quite cool. There's traps set around the thing, and some of them are just this car blows up and things die.
It sounds very much like that Stuntman sort of game. Do you remember that?
Sort of, but more focused on the racing.
Good.
But some of the things you do are so excessive that they're well worth it. Like you actually crash a plane on people, and I'm not talking like a light plane. I'm talking like
jumbo jet.
It's a bomber. It's like a full-on like military-style bombing plane.
Is this in the demo? Or?
Yeah.
I want to grab that then. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's well worth it. It's well worth it. Grab the demo and give it a look. It's a good bit of fun, and I actually am quite keen to get into the full game.
Well, that's pretty much it.
I think we're out of time.
I think we're pretty much out. But then again, I mean, really...
Holy crap, like dead on half an hour.
Yeah, I know, dead on half an hour. But I mean, we don't have to stop.
No, but we don't really have that much else to say, do we?
I suppose not, no.
And then we get into the situation where we're waffling pointlessly and it stops being
but this
fun.
is kind of like the extra edition. It's like the bonus features on a DVD.
Like an Avatar.
Yeah.
How there's fucking none.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that sucks.
I was really bummed about that, and I'm most particularly annoyed for two reasons. One is that I kind of was interested to see some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, and I think that it's pretty obvious they're basically going to gouge us at Christmas for a special edition. And the second is that means I paid money for fucking Avatar, and that movie was shit.
Why did...
Well, it's kind of suitable for Blu-ray. It's the kind of movie that suits Blu-ray.
Oh, you're one of those twats that, like, you buy a movie because, like, this is the movie to have on Blu-ray.
No.
Like, everyone that bought... Oh, actually, no, I'm not going to say that.
Because you did.
I was going to say everyone that bought The Matrix because when it came out in DVD. But The Matrix was cool.
Yeah, The Matrix was great. I also bought Zombieland.
Yeah, but that's awesome.
It was pretty awesome.
You liked it?
Yeah, I did enjoy that. That was fun.
Cool. Well, yeah, we are waffling now, so...
you know what, though, while we're waffling, I saw Blu-ray for sale at BP for $24. That a wide selection. That shit's gone mainstream, man. I couldn't think of a way to get more mainstream than $24 at the BP.
Yeah, man. Totally radical.
Oh,
Tubular dude.
Fuck you.
Cowabunga dude.
What the hell?
I don't know, you just I don't know, I'm tired.
Then get out of my house.
I'm always fucking tired.
Whatever.
Stop coming to the Manor Bar, people. Just let us have a quiet fucking night. Just one night. I get people all the time, they're like, oh, what's the quiet night to come? I don't know yet. All right? This is a bit of a different attitude than like the last podcast probably, where it was like, yeah, everyone come to the Manor Bar. Woo! Don't get me wrong. I love it. It's awesome. But I'm just so tired.
I like the, come on, my business is doing well. Things are successful. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. We will see you again next week.
Yes, we will.
Holy shit.
I know. It's crazy, but thank you everyone for sticking with us through these trials and tribulations. But really, if you've listened to the podcast for any decent period of time, you should really know us by now. So
thanks for all the people that didn't send me Twitters saying,
thanks for everyone that didn't send me emails saying, so, we deserve a podcast.
Yeah.
Because we're paying good money to get this shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, see you later, guys.
Bye-bye.